Hey everyone, welcome back to another Tranter Show video. Today guys, I'm going to talk about the 5 easy tips which you can do to keep fish. That applies to any fish, because they all require the same amount of maintenance. Just some fish do require different types of water, or different type of temperature. But other than that, you can apply this method to any fish, and you can apply it to ponds as well. So, number 1, the size of the tank or pond. That depends what you want to keep in the aquarium. So if you want to create something like a betta will do fine in a 5-gallon or 20-litre tank. Whereas you want to keep something as a goldfish, you will need obviously keep them in a big tank, or even better, a pond. So again, that depends on the type you're stocking. Filter would also depend on your fish. So if you're just keeping a betta, it should be fine with a sponge filter, a heater, and CO2 if you're going to do live plants. Or if you're going to do a big tank like this tropical tank, then obviously you want a proper filter. This filter is a overflow U3, and I believe this goes up to 150 litres, whereas this tank is at 130. We also got 2 sponge filters running on this tank. I choose sponge filters only because it's one adds extra filtration system on your tank. So you don't, and also like pair of the way is A-stones in time will break, where sponge filters won't for a long time. So again, it's that bonus of extra filtration, and the extra bonus of it's not going to break for a long time. So that's pretty much about the tank. And obviously if you want to keep tropical fish, then obviously you need a heater, whereas a goldfish don't need heaters. They can live in tropical heat water, but today we're not talking about that. Today we're just talking about tanks. 5 easy tips. So let's move on to a different tank. I'm going to explain to tip number 2. Tip number 2 will be diet tips. Obviously, because fish will require different foods. So like my tropical fish actually gets feed 3 different types of food. It gets feeds flake food, pellet food, and algae welfares, or algae tablets. That's because we've got Plex, and we got tablets then, or pellet food, which then feeds the bottom dwellers like cories, cory catfish, the yellow loaches, and the clown loach, which we got in the tank, as well as the catfish. As well as the catfish will actually pick on the algae tablets as well. So, hence why the algae's got different food. Whereas my goldfish tanks only gets feed on flake and thanks, Humber, which gets feed on flake and pellet food, like pellet food, which will then help with the colouring. It will help with the colouring as well as being healthy for the fish, like diet wise. And you could tell it's been helping for the colouring, because Blackie at one point was just a faux black fish, whereas now he's kind of like this blackish goldfish. So it does help with colouring. Same again with silvery too, like down at the bottom is slightly brighter and at the top. So it has been helping with the fantastic colouring. These two haven't been starting up feeding fed yet. So I think it's going to be a while yet until both of them sees a massive effect. But I can see like orange is slightly brighter, but where it was. So again, different food requires different type of animals, and some of them will help with colouring. Tip number 3 would be, oh shit, what's that one? Oh, meds. Always keep meds around. Meds is a really good important one, because how many times I needed meds on the top. So like right now, this tank is actually being treated for fin rot, because the one goldfish which I had off my brother, which is the white one, she's showing early signs of fin rot in her back tail, which lucky enough I'm treating her before it gets worse, and she seems to be covering really well with it. She's only on her first lot of treatment. I think she needs a water change soon on this tank, and then we can do a second lot, and hopefully by then she'll be absolutely fine. So again, without this treatment, her fin rot will get worse, and she'll end up dying and probably end up affecting all the rest of the tank. So that's the reason you want to kind of treat it as fast as you can. The most common disease goldfish will get is white spots disease, which this could be transformed from a different fish being stressed out, or your fish can have it for being stressed out. So that could be something like your water your water quality is off, or your water temperature is not as comfortable as goldfish prefer, or even just any fish prefer. Anything that causes stress can then cause a white spots disease to happen, and white spots disease do act quick. They will spread through your tank like it's no problem, just a click of the fingers. So always keep like meds about. You never know when you need them. Especially because Blackie BU, the white on him is actually not due for a colouring, and that was due to he jumped out and his slim coat on that tail of his come back on probably. I don't know if it will ever come back probably, but he seems to be happy enough anyway. And still eating molds enough, so not too worried about him at the moment. So again, when he jumped out, I have to treat him for his sin coat because his sin coat completely come off. So I have to treat him for that to get him better. Other thing which I do recommend with meds is to put dates on them. So like when I use this treatment, I used it on the 31st of the 1st of 2022. And then I put like the following year, because this treatment, which most of the treatments will say like a certain amount of time. So it says, once been open, use it within 12 months. So hence why I always put, the date and the month I open it on, and in a following year. So like this case, I opened it this year. Next year, this will need to be checked out if I don't use it before then. So always a nice little tip is to put dates on your meds. We'll go with another tank when we talk about the number two meds. Tip number 4 is maintenance. Maintenance to a tank is really important. It's like changing a diaper for a baby. You want to leave a baby in its diaper for weeks and weeks on end, because obviously it's gonna cause wash. It will cause poor health quality. Same again will go with fish and any type of animal really. If you don't change the clothes out enough, or changing on this case for the fish, it's going through the gravel or sand or whatever substrate you got, to get rid of all the poop that's been buried underneath all the sand and gravel. This could cause poor water quality. Poor water quality means then your fish will get ill, and you potentially will cause then you losing your fish, and not just losing one or two, but it could potentially cause you losing all your fish because due to your poor quality water. So maybe doing some water tests every now and again, just to make sure your water quality is perfectly fine. I'd like to do mine probably, once every couple of weeks. And if my water quality seems to be quite similar, then I'm not too stressed about it. But mainly you kind of don't want to worry about it in the first couple of weeks when your tank's been set up, because your tank's still being recently new. But once your tank's been set up for a long time, then you want to currently worry about it. Water changes are a good 100% of getting rid of waste and pee, because fish do pee as well. At least I do believe they pee. But mainly, they poop and have leftover food. Which then, again, like I said, that could cause poor water quality. So water changes will fix that, and it means then you're able to get rid of the waste like leftover food and poop out of it. And the problem with goldfish they are big poopers, so regular water changes on these will do absolutely fine. So I actually do, on bigger tanks, I actually do about 30% water change weekly, and on a smaller tank I do about 50% water change due to it being a small space, but also depends on your stock in. At the moment there's nothing in there, so at the moment just left that running. We'll be getting a beta for that soon. Where's a big tank, like I said, I do less water changes due to the fact of it's bigger and it doesn't really need much cleaning. At the same time, when I'm doing a 50% water change, I try to go for above the sand and in the sand at the same time. As well as then with filters, I like to clean them out every once in a month, because they do build up quickly, especially once you got big fish like goldfish or a big tropical tank. So that's the maintenance thing. Step number 5, sit back and enjoy. I mean, this is probably the easiest step in the world. Sit back and enjoy watching your fish swim about, looking happy, looking healthy. Looking really healthy because you only fed them once a day. And just, you know, just sit back, enjoy. Look at the clean tank. All the fish happy. Questions you're asking. All the fish happy. Are they starving? They might be begging for food right now, but they've already been fed, so they're not getting fed again. But it's always the main questions you're going to ask. Do they look happy? Like, is the tank clean? Is your water quality seem alright to you? Do you think your tank needs another, you know, clean or anything? But mainly, just sit back, enjoy, watch your fish grow up. Hope you guys did enjoy today's video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.